Just recently reworked, Tahm Kench has been seen as a much more flexible pick, used as their traditional support role or as a solo laner. Today, we are diving into the specifics of Tahm Kench as a top lane pick, as he terrorizes summoners that are unsuspecting of his punch power. With a strong 1v1 early game, high base damage, and simple mechanics, Tahm Kench is a great frontline champion, especially if you have a composition with bruiser or glass cannon champions in other roles and you need someone to soak up all the damage from your opponents. During the laning phase, your goal is to farm up for your core items while also poking down the opposing champion with your Q. The ability does a lot of damage and allows you to stun the target if you hit a couple of times, giving you free reign over your opponent while they deal with the annoying crowd control. When you get to teamfights, Tahm Kench can easily bring down your plans. If you have a squishy backline that's carrying teamfights, he'll dive in, destroying carries as they try to kill him. With proper tank items, it's going to be really hard to bring him down unless the entire team focuses and works together. And we know that's a little bit hard in solo queue. This means time is precious and precision is necessary. Of course, everything is easier if you have the right picks against him. So let's dive into the perfect counters for Tahm Kench. The key for the Kench to remain bench is to pick ranged champions to make sure that you stay safe and sound while you're dealing damage when the opportunity comes. Play carefully throughout the laning phase, especially if your champions scale for late game, and make sure that you're able to exit situations that could trap you with a frog. First up is Jayce. Let's take a better look at its matchup with Tahm Kench. The Hextech Hammer Wielder can deal a decent amount of damage, but usually speaking, Tahm Kench is pretty good at absorbing that. The key point here is that with his Q, he leaps onto the enemy frog, hitting them with a blast that slows them down. This is exactly what you want. Slow him down and make sure that you land as many hits as possible. If you're in danger, use E or Acceleration Gate to dash away. The items you should be prioritizing are Muramana, Edge of Night, and Eclipse. This will make him sturdy, yet pokey. Vayne can keep her distance and deal some real damage while staying on the safe side. Her early game is definitely not as strong, so play with caution. Eventually, as you farm up and the game progresses, you're going to equip better items, and then she's going to deal some serious damage. For facing Tahm Kench specifically, it's always good to have Doran's Blade, moving on to build Berserker's Greaves, Immortal Shield Bowl, Blade of the Ruined King, then you can go for Phantom Dancer, Wit's End, and Ginsu's Rage Blade. Kennen's AP damage will be invaluable when dealing with Tahm Kench in the top lane. On top of that, the speedy Yordle can get out of any traps by using Lightning Rush, then follow up with quick attacks that eventually will stun your opponent because of his passive. Make sure that you pick the right items for him. You want Kennen to deal the right amount of damage while being a little bit more sturdy rather than squishy. Put a death cap on that boy, Hextech's Rocket Belt, and Zonia's to make sure that he is ready to take on Tahm Kench. Now that you know the best champions and the best strategies to take down Tahm Kench, queue up and put your knowledge to test.
And as usual, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter at @esports.